The Weight of Thought, The Lightness of Now by Thomas Kinsey. We all seek peace, a sanctuary where mind, body, and emotion exist in harmony. Yet this pursuit is arduous, a lifelong pilgrimage. Knowing its difficulty, we often dismiss it as a futile endeavor, abandoning the effort before it begins. Lacking the will and conviction, we drift toward an unconscious crossroads, surrendering to our default tendencies, hoping to float through life unburdened by responsibility. But to be conscious is to suffer, to be cast from paradise. One of the greatest barriers to peace is the relationship we have with our own mind. It chatters ceaselessly, a restless tide of judgment, projection, and labels. It resurrects ghosts we thought long buried or hurls us into uncertain corridors of the future, where we ruminate on endless what-ifs. In its relentless momentum, the mind struggles to recognize the present moment, to simply be. Such obsessive contemplation breeds anxiety, swelling into emotional turbulence that leaves us gasping for relief. We find ourselves animating despair, breathing life into dread, forgetting that we are not powerless, that we do, in fact, have a will. When confronted with inner turmoil, the mind presents us with a choice: to face it, to flee from it, or to self-soothe. Often these responses intertwine, shifting in intensity based on our awareness and intent. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed that we forego choosing altogether, and the mind makes the decision for us. Depending on the path taken, the inner noise either crescendos or recedes to a distant hum. How does one empty the mind? Is it even possible? To silence the mind is no small feat. Its noise is relentless, but perhaps it is not the emptying we need, at least not at first. Rather, we must realize that we have a say in the matter. Too often, the mind feels hijacked by something beyond us, as though it possesses its own agenda, dragging us wherever it pleases. But this need not be so. Reclaiming the mind is possible. It begins with awareness, with recognizing the choices we are making, with restoring a sense of cognitive discipline. It is the understanding that while we can never fully master the unconscious, we can refuse to be ruled by it. The gateway to such reclamation lies in the present moment. When we fully inhabit the now, the mind finds ease. The ceaseless chatter dissolves in the light of awareness, replaced by awe for what is directly before us. Reality itself becomes an elixir, drawing us into its depths, awakening our senses, allowing us to truly feel alive. In these moments, fear dissolves, judgment falls away, and we become enraptured by the sheer beauty of existence. Yet, divine attention to the present is a double-edged sword, both liberating and overwhelming. The immensity of the now can stir anxiety, tempting us to retreat into thought, to seek refuge in distraction. And sometimes escape is necessary. But if we must turn away, let it be a conscious act, not an unconscious surrender. For once there is intention, there is freedom.